Hi guys, I'm so happy to be back. I'm shy. I'm sure you're wondering, new look, right? My God, it's been 2 years. But guess what? Welcome back to Personal Development with Udoh Victoria. Drum rolls! Yeah, we have a lot to catch up on. I mean, a whole lot. You can tell from the new look. A lot has happened in this 1 year and some months that I have been away from YouTube. But we're back, and shout out to David, my friend, who kind of gave me a wake-up call to come back and talk to you guys about what has happened in the last 2 years, and hopefully we would be consistent enough to give you the premium content that you deserve. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Personal Development with Udoh Victoria, and I am your beautiful, amazing YouTube host, Victoria Udoh, and I'm back with more vibe, more ginger, so much just about personal development, and I cannot wait to share the knowledge I have gained in this 2 years with you. And I'm hoping you would enjoy it, to be honest. I'm hoping you would enjoy it. So let's get right into what we have for today. Alright guys, so like I said, let's get right into the gist and what you've missed out on in the past 1 year and a couple of months. So first off, in the past year, I became a lawyer. You guys, I know that you've not seen this goofy part of me, but I promise you there has been so much growth that has been put into me. I have grown, in the past couple of months, and I'm really happy to be back, to be honest, which is why I'm almost speechless. So let's get right into the gist. So first off, I'm happy to be back, and the past year, I think the break started from once I was done with school and I had to go to law school. Being in the Nigerian law school was very tasking, and it was quite difficult for me to continue to constantly put up videos out there, edit those videos, and I was focused, locked in on trying to get my red scroll, trying to pass the bar. And ladies and gentlemen, I indeed passed the bar, and right now I have been called. I got called in July 2025, and I'm now a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So yeah, congratulations are in order. And in addition to that, I launched my brand, Dream It, Get It Initiative, which is going to be the 4th anchor for personal development with Udoh Victoria, because that is essentially what the brand is all about. The Dream It, Get It Initiative, which is now duly registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission, will be engaged in full-time personal development training for young professionals across Nigeria. So yes, I cannot wait for what this platform has for young people come 2026. It's something you should really be looking forward to, because God willing, these ideas are going to be brought to life. But that's not why we're here today. We're here to catch up on what has happened so far. And in the past year, or in the past 2 years, I have tried to build a brand for myself, build a name, try to achieve certain milestones that God has been so graciously good to me for. He has allowed me to achieve those milestones, because I can't be where I am or talk about these things without bringing in the one person who is the author and finisher of my faith, who has been able to make this possible. So I'm so happy to be on your screens, to be looking at you, to be talking. Talking is what I love doing. So I'm so happy to be back here to talk about that. But for today, beyond the gossip, beyond the gist, beyond everything that's happened in the past year, I want to talk to you about personal development, just in case you've forgotten what we are here for. Essentially, this is a reminder, like a wake-up call. And today, I will just be giving you a random conversation on personal development and why it is important to always have a vision. So what I have noticed over the past year, even when I've tried to, or when I've battled with consistency, evidence of me being away from here for the past 2 years, is that there is always the vision to create impact. Which is why you would find out that in most of the decisions I have made over time, that is what has been the goal, or that's been the vision behind whatever I have done, whether it is in hosting the Revamp Conference 1.0 in 2025, whether it is launching the Dream It Get It initiative, whether it is creating a community of young students who are trying to find their career path, or whether it's helping people connect with their prospective employers. The goal has always been to create vision, to create impact, to create value, and then impact people with whatever value that I have created. Which is why I would like to talk to you about something I call setting visions. And for people, vision is something that it's not just about sleeping and being in a trance and all of a sudden you wake up and you realize that something in your dreams told you that you need to do this, and you're like, oh, I had a vision. Or it's not just about when the Bible said young men and young women shall dream dreams and see vision. That's not what we're just referring to, but similar to that. It means a goal that channels whatever intentions you have into reality. So your vision is the starting point that keeps you going. So even when certain things come in place to distract you or to make you feel like you've gone off track, or something slows you down, when you have a vision, no matter how slow it becomes or where the track takes you to, you eventually find yourself doing the exact same thing in line with the vision that you have always had. How do you create this vision? First, you need to understand who you are. You can't create vision without understanding yourself, which is a mistake a lot of young people that I have, coached or mentored, or will I say spoken to over time, have come to realize about them. People are so concerned with mirroring their role models or people that they think are living the life that they hope to live someday, that they fail to understand that first, not all fingers are equal, not everyone is running the same race, not everyone has the exact same destination. And so you find out that people are trying so hard to mirror mentors, mirror entrepreneurs, gurus, life coaches, and all that, because they feel like that is the trajectory their life should be on, without understanding that in as much as some of these principles generally apply, like the ones I am saying now, when someone is, for instance, now you have people who have read books that talk about finances, the 80-20 rule, the 60-40 rule, where people are talking about how to build relationships. You get principles about finances, money, entrepreneurship, business, relationship, marriage, and you find out that people are applying those principles in their life and it's working out for them. But let me tell you the fun fact. If you fail to understand yourself as an individual, applying those principles means nothing, because you will just be blindly applying principles without understanding yourself. Let's take, for instance, you want to do an experiment, right? You pick an empty glass and you pick a glass which is half full, and you apply liquid into the glass that is empty, maybe a colored liquid like a dye, and then you apply same liquid into the glass that is half full with water. You would realize that the color of the glass, same quantity was what you applied, but the color of the dye in the empty glass will naturally be thicker than the one that has now been diluted by the one with water in it. Because one, this is an empty glass. The basis or the instrument you're using for experiments have a changing variable, which is the water that exists in this one that is half full. So for some of your mentors who you look up to, for some people that you're trying to mirror their life, certain factors have affected them, factors to which you are not privy of, or factors which have not also affected you. Could be that this person started out from a very wealthy background. Could be that you're starting from a less wealthy background. Could be that this person started from an extremely wealthy background. Could be that you are starting from a background that is just comfortable. And so the privileges this person has, you do not have access to those privileges. So their interpretation or their view of life is essentially different from your view of life based on patterns or factors that have influenced your overall view. So certain principles they apply will work perfectly for them. Like when someone says, you need to network, you need to go out, you need to meet people, and the person is saying, oh, you need to go to a ranch, you need to go to a bowling pen, you need to go to Paris, just take a trip to Paris and network with people, and you, in no offense to people in Ikorodu, you are trying to do the exact same thing. My dear, I don't know what you think, but if you don't have the resources to meet up with that level, the level of people they are networking with, you may not have access to them. But the principle is the same: network with people. And the mistake people think is, oh, because you can't network with people in Paris, in France, and big countries, Dubai and the rest of that, you feel networking is not important, and so you leave it there because you can't meet up to their level, forgetting that at your own stage there are influential individuals who could change your life or your business that you could network with in your immediate environment. The principle is key, but when you become so immersed in trying to copy another person's lifestyle, you lose yourself, and in turn you lose the vision. So when you take principles, apply them to your personal understanding of yourself. The minute you have taken time to understand who you are, oh, I am a value-driven kind of individual, I'm goal-driven, I like to make decisions, I'm principled, there are certain things I will do, there are certain things I will never cross the line for, no matter what factors influence me. There are certain heights that I cannot go to because of the values that have kept me going so far. So irrespective of whatever individual comes up on social media, podcast or whatever, and tells me this is what you need to do to succeed, if they go against my values, I cannot do them. But the principle, maybe consistency, maybe hard work, maybe virtue, maybe integrity, I will apply them to the best of my knowledge. That is what vision gives you. And I have found out that a lot of people lose out on vision because they really don't understand what it is. It's not just about saying, oh, I want to be rich in the next 5 years. I want to be on Forbes list before I turn 30. Yes, you want to be on Forbes list. Beautiful. Fantastic. I want to be on Forbes list before I turn 30. But are you working towards it, or are you having a picture of someone on Forbes list in your bedroom, mirroring the person every day and saying, I want to be like this person someday, without practically taking steps towards it? Vision is what keeps you going. And if there's nothing you're taking from today's video, please take that. You need vision. Vision is what keeps you going, right? And so to relate it to just for whatever reason that I have been inconsistent, I have come to learn that no matter how much I decided, I want to take a break from all this, I'm still drawn to personal development. I am still drawn to trying to impact people's lives in one way or the other. I'm still drawn to doing events, programs, associating myself with organizations that essentially want to add value to the next person's life, which is why I find it important to continuously dedicate resources to achieving what I want to do. And I must tell you, it's not big feats, because you need to start somewhere, and it's difficult because you don't want to know how many videos I have recorded before this particular one that is hitting your screen. But I want to tell you something. It takes a place of, I think I know something to a different level, and I want to contribute to people by sharing what I know with them so that they too can grow. So if you've not taken anything from today, please take the fact that 1, you need to understand yourself for who you are. 2, create visions around where you want to be based on where you see yourself today. You know how people say reflections, which is something I believe I have spoken about on my YouTube channel. If you check our previous videos, reflection, you take a step back, you look at where you're coming from, you examine decisions you've made from where you're coming from that has led you to where you are today, and you ask yourself, the principles I have previously applied and gotten to where I am today, is that where I see myself in the coming future? Is that where I believe I will be? And you find yourself making those decisions, and eventually you understand yourself better than any other person. Because if you allow people be better judge of who you are, it's like a waste of time, because people then get to inflict on you what essentially they want. They get to reflect their own insecurities on you. They tell you, oh, your voice is not so good, I don't think you should start a podcast. Your face now, you're not giving, it's not, you're not giving, it's not clocking. So I advise you just jettison that idea. People begin to tell you, oh, you're too big for this. I don't think this is beneath you. And this is something you're passionate about. This is something your heart throbs for. This is something that you want to do. But because you've allowed people to inflect on your vision, emphasis on you determine it. But because you've allowed people become so powerful enough to influence your own vision, you find yourself losing sight of what essentially could have been the most beautiful thing that could have happened to you as an individual. So my advice to you is, one, like I said, know yourself, have your vision, chase your vision, no matter how slow it is. Always find yourself going back to the drawing board. Is this what I want to do? Is this how far I've come? Is this where I'm heading to? Is this what I really want to do for myself? And essentially, you would realize that once you create vision and you start making conscious steps to achieving this, you're one key away from being very successful. So maybe by the next video, we're going to talk essentially a lot about taking practical steps to meet your dream goals and what principles could inflect on this and what you should do when it seems like your vision is not tallying with what you have in your mind or with the resources around you. What's the next step you need to take and what do you need to do? So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Victoria Udoh on Personal Development with Victoria Udoh, and I'm happy to be here. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share this beautiful video. Until next time, your host with the most is out. Bye.